BoxingScene.com with former undisputed, as well as 1984 gold medal winner, 4-time world champion, a legend, Sweet Pea, Pernell Whitaker. Pernell, it's a pleasure to see you, pleasure to be here with you. First of all, share with us your experience winning your first title against Greg Haugen, IBF.
Oh my God, let me see if I can think back that far. It was a wonderful experience, man. Every fight that I've always competed in was an experience, and it was a good time. You know, those years was a great time. My time was good.
You also captured a title by beating Buddy McGirt, who today is a top trainer in the boxing world. What can you tell us about that fight?
I did him twice. I did Buddy twice. You know, Buddy's he's a good person. He's a good man. You know, excellent trainer. You know, but I'm his worst enemy. I'm his worst nightmare. Put it like, I'm not an enemy of Buddy, but I'm his worst nightmare because, you know, we did it twice. First time he complained. Second time it was even worse than the first time. So I just think that whatever I go out there and do, I gave the fans, I gave these people, whoever watching this tape, I've given these fans the best performances that a professional fighter as well as an amateur fighter can give.
I agree with you. Pernell, we know that in boxing there's ups and there's downs. There was one point in your career where you had a down and they robbed you against Jose Luis Ramirez for a title. How disappointing was that?
I mean, you know, not only that, but those are not downs. Those are controversies. Controversy sells. You know, not just with Ramirez. I had it with Chavez. I've had it with De La Hoya. So, you know, it's not nothing new for me, you know, but I don't dictate what I do in the ring. I let the fans dictate what I do. You know, the fans love Pernell Whitaker. The fans get the best. I let them judge me. I don't let no judges sitting around the ring judge me. I let the fans judge me. And whatever the outcome come of the fight, well, whenever they announce the fight and say who the winner is, the fans always get the last say for me, the last decision.
Speaking of De La Hoya, we know that was a controversial decision. Many fans, including myself, felt that you won. I mean, did you see him in the performance against Mayorga? And if so, what do you think about him all these years after you faced him?
I haven't seen him fight, you know, any other fights, but I'm 42 years old, and you know he's still in his 30s, so he came well under me when I first started. You know, so he still got some time left in him. If he feel like he still got some time left in his legs, he still got some legs, he still got some time left. He's like 35, 36 years old. So he still got a little time left in him, so he got some time to keep working. I'm 42 years old, so, you know, I did my time. I mean, you know, if I had to, I could. But, you know, that's a mental thought, you know. One thing I'm not going to do is jump back in there, get back in the ring, and degrade with all the things that I've accomplished in my life, you know. And I'm a Hall of Famer, so why would I put any damper on being that? That's the last statue I have left in boxing is going into Boxing Hall of Fame, and that's next year. So, you know, I think I could sit out that long.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that. Pernell, early in your career, when you were pound for pound the best fighter in the world, there was a young kid, up and coming amateur named Zab Judah. Lately, I mean, we've been seeing a lot of Zab Judah. I mean, he's your friend. I mean, have you spoken with him? And if so, I mean, tell us about it.
I love Zab, man. I still love Zab. Zab is like one of my babies, you know. But it's just the point that Zab got to be able to finish fights. You know, he starts off real good. To win the first 6, if it's a 12-round fight, you got to be prepared to go 12 rounds. You can't stop at 6. You got to finish the fight the way you begin. I love that. I love him. He's like one of my babies. So he's young. So, you know, these are only lessons for him. You know, you're gonna be hearing about him for the next 10 more years, maybe. But he got to know how to finish fights. And I'm not gonna degrade him or anything because he's still one of the excellent fighters. He still got his chance to make mark on boxing. So, you know, but he just got to learn how to finish fights, and I'm gonna help him do that.
So how does it feel here being in attendance tonight at the fights, and how the fans showing you the support?
Oh man, you know it's been wonderful, man. You know, it always come because you know guys like us normally go to the big fight, but you always got to support those local fighters, you know, because those are the guys that's going to come up and be in the headlines. That's going to make the headline. You know, so you just can't just show up at the big fights. You got to show up at the fights that this is what you call. This is where it starts at. It starts here. It starts here.
Payback.
It starts here. These guys come get this. You start from here and then you work your way up. You work your way up, then you work your way up, and then you make TV, then you make HBO or pay-per-view or whatever, and then you take it from there. But this is where you started.
So what's the latest with you? You got any involvement in the sport of boxing? Are you training? Are you?
Come on, you know why I'm here. That's what I do. I just scout. I'm doing some scouting right now. You know, I'm scouting this one kid. You know, I like Jason Lipso. And I think he's an excellent fighter. I just like watching him live. You know, he's an entertainer. He's a good fighter, and I'm gonna get him one day.